By the way, daycare is not the reason why people are staying home. You know, that's the Biden thing. We need this infrastructure because we've got to have daycare centers because women have got to go home and stay home with their kids otherwise. Apparently, that's not the cause of anything. Women and daycare, a new study out last week, shows that's not the problem. That's not why women were staying home. They were the least affected. I don't know how that's even true. It doesn't make sense to me because somebody had to be home with the kids. But all of this stuff with Biden, and now he's changed that. And he's like, well, we're doing it for, it's for the future.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, the reason why they want to spend trillions of dollars on such things have nothing to do with COVID, obviously. I mean, I do know, anecdotally, a couple of moms who were in that situation who were just like, and again, making, I think, what you would call rational decisions.
Yep.
Right? Like they're in a position in which the incentives align to make it much more sensible for them to stay home right now.
I think people are all pretty much making rational decisions, not necessarily good decisions, but rational decisions. If somebody's going to pay me more to sit at home and I get all the benefits and everything I need, why would I work? Seriously.
And it's not only
I mean, unless I'm driven by work.
Right. It's not only just a pure financial decision either. If you're in a job that is not a career and you don't really care about your advancement, you're showing up, you're at your gym at Dunder Mifflin Scranton, and you're just going in and you're making, you're pranking your friends and you're barely doing anything and you don't really care about the job and you don't care about advancement. You're just looking for your next gig. Why are you going to jump back into a job like that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense when they're paying you all this extra money and you can do other things.
Especially after a year of living this lifestyle where you don't have to and you can do what you want and you're okay.
The other problem is that the U.S. government has converted U.S. dollars into Schrute bucks from Dwight Schrute.
I think
which have no monetary
value. That will
value.
be worth more than the U.S. dollar soon. By the way, the Nobel Prize-winning economist Robert Shiller, the guy who saw the housing bubble way before it happened, is now saying a bubble of biblical proportions, housing, stocks, and cryptocurrencies. He said it is a Wild West mentality. He said, I haven't done that and said this in print, but I'm saying this now. He said the record run in stocks and cryptos and housing has been taking a break over the past couple of weeks. But in real terms, the home prices have never been this high. My data goes back over 100 years. So this is something big. I don't think that the whole thing is explained by central bank policy. There's something about the society and the sociology of markets that is happening.
I think, Glenn, I could be wrong on this, but generally speaking, my belief right now is the biggest story in the world that people aren't really talking about is what are the elastic effects of COVID, right? Like COVID, we get past the actual virus, we're doing really well on that front. But like a lot of people who, let's say, wanted to commit crimes and are criminals have been sitting at home doing nothing. They're going to come out and do terrible things. People who were sitting at home when they didn't have jobs, trying to figure out a way to make money, throwing money all around in all sorts of crazy, risky investments, and they've all been going up. Well, what happens when this all snaps back the other way? There's like 100 different categories that our lives were severely altered with. Everything from money stuff to social interaction and the fact that like I look out at our parking lot every day here and there's like 2 cars in it.
I know.
I go by an AT&T.
80,000 square feet.
There's an AT&T building here, giant AT&T building that has parking for probably 2,000 people, and there's like 12 cars in it. What happens when all of this starts settling? Like they've started at this
is what we talked about. This is what we talked about 5 years ago, Stu.
Yeah.
It just said it was going to come because of technological revolution. Stu, I mean, if you look at this and you're saying, so what happens? Well, usually that's when America pulls herself back up and we all go to work. But this time, they've destroyed the middle class. They've destroyed the entrepreneur. They have taught everybody for a year that the government will rescue you and save you from everything. Do you really think there's going to be an outcry from people saying, no, let us handle this ourselves. We'll pitch in together in our own communities? No way. No way.
Doesn't seem like that's the road we're going down at all right now.
Nope, it doesn't.